The story unfolds in a sleek, modern apartment located in the heart of a bustling city. The building is a high-rise, towering over the busy streets filled with the constant hum of city life. From the outside, the building looks like any other in the area, with its glass facade reflecting the sunlight and the city lights. As night falls, the apartment undergoes a subtle transformation. The shadows in the corners seem deeper, and the city lights twinkling in the distance give off an eerie glow. The sounds of the city below become a distant murmur, creating a sense of isolation despite being in the heart of a metropolis. Alex, a young and adventurous travel blogger, is always on the lookout for new experiences and unique places to stay. He comes across an attractive listing for a modern apartment in the heart of a bustling city. The apartment, located in a high-rise building, promises stunning city views and a prime location, making it an ideal spot for Alex to explore the urban landscape and create content for his blog. As Alex settles into the apartment, he starts experiencing a series of unusual events. Initially, he dismisses them as quirks of staying in a new place. However, these occurrences gradually become more frequent and increasingly difficult to ignore. One evening, Alex notices that some of his belongings are not where he left them. He initially thinks he misplaced them, but it keeps happening, even with items he distinctly remembers placing in specific spots. This makes him feel uneasy, as it seems like someone else has been moving his things. Then there are the shadows. Alex begins to see fleeting movements in his peripheral vision, especially in the evenings. These are not the usual shadows cast by the city lights. They seem to have a life of their own, moving unnaturally across the walls. He tries to capture this on his camera for his blog, but the shadows never appear in any of his recordings. The most unsettling experience for Alex is the constant feeling of being watched. It's a persistent sensation that someone, or something, is observing him, especially when he is alone at night. Alex's sleep starts getting disturbed. He hears inexplicable noises at night. Soft whispers. Liar. The sound of something moving in the apartment, and occasional knocks on the walls. These sounds seem to come from within the apartment, yet Alex can never find the source. After several days of experiencing odd occurrences, Alex decides to confront the mystery head-on. He sets up his camera to record a vlog, hoping to capture any unusual events and share them with his audience. As Alex talks to the camera, detailing the strange happenings in the apartment, he remains oblivious to what unfolds behind him. It's only when he reviews the footage later that he sees it, a shadowy figure briefly appearing in the background. The figure is indistinct and eerie, vanishing as quickly as it appeared. Fueled by a mix of fear and a need for answers, Alex begins an impromptu late-night investigation. He discovers that the shadowy figure seems to be connected to a previous tenant of the apartment, who mysteriously disappeared without a trace. Alex, while investigating in the middle of the night, feels a sudden drop in temperature. The lights flicker, and he hears a clear, whispering voice calling his name. The shadowy figure appears again, this time more distinct and closer than ever. Alex starts researching the history of the building more intensely, diving into old records and newspaper archives. He learns that the previous tenant, whom the shadowy figure resembles, was rumored to be involved in dark and mysterious practices. With this new information, Alex reaches out to a local expert in paranormal phenomena. Together, they try to understand the nature of the spirit's presence and how to appease it. They conduct a series of rituals aimed at calming the restless spirit, hoping to help it move on. During these rituals, the apartment's atmosphere grows increasingly tense. Strange phenomena occur more frequently, and the shadowy figure becomes more active, almost as if it's resisting their efforts. However, Alex and the expert persist, believing that they are close to a breakthrough. Gradually, the disturbances begin to lessen. The temperature in the apartment stabilizes, the eerie whispers subside, and the oppressive feeling of being watched starts to fade. It seems as though the spirit is gradually being pacified, its presence diminishing with each passing day. Finally, after several nerve-wracking days, the apartment feels normal again. The shadowy figure no longer appears in Alex's recordings, and the unexplained occurrences cease. Alex, relieved yet emotionally exhausted, realizes that his stay in the apartment has come to an end. He packs his belongings, ready to leave the apartment and its haunting behind, with a newfound respect for the unseen and unexplained mysteries of the world. In a secluded corner of the countryside, surrounded by dense, whispering forests, sits a charming old cottage. This quaint cottage, with its ivy-clad walls and cozy appearance, seems like the perfect getaway for someone looking to escape the hustle and bustle of city life. It's nestled in a small clearing, with the nearest neighbors miles away, offering a sense of isolation and peace. The cottage itself is a picturesque vision of rural life. It's made of old stone and wood, with a thatched roof that adds to its rustic charm. The windows, with their flower-filled sills, look out over the forest and the small, well-tended garden that surrounds the house. In the daytime, sunlight filters through the trees, casting dappled shadows on the cottage and its surroundings. Inside, the cottage is warm and welcoming, with a large fireplace in the living room, comfortable furniture, and walls lined with old books and paintings. But despite its cozy interior, there's an air of mystery that hangs in the rooms. Some doors within the cottage are kept locked, with no explanation given, and certain areas seem oddly undisturbed, as if they're hiding secrets of their own. Sarah, a young woman looking for a peaceful retreat, rents a quaint cottage in a remote forested area. She is greeted by the host, Mr. Thompson, a friendly yet slightly odd man who seems overly eager to show her around the cottage. He leaves shortly after, promising to be available if she needs anything. As Sarah settles in, she starts noticing strange things. Some doors in the cottage are always locked, and she finds numerous pictures of the same person, who she assumes is a relative of Mr. Thompson, displayed in every room. She also feels an unsettling presence, as if someone is watching her. Mr. Thompson is nowhere to be seen after the first day, and she can't reach him by phone. One night, Sarah hears faint whispers and footsteps outside her room. Curiosity and fear drive her to explore, leading her to discover a hidden room. Inside, she finds a collection of personal items, like jewelry and notebooks, all belonging to various people. She realizes these belong to previous guests, and that Mr. Thompson has been watching her through hidden passages in the cottage. Panicked, Sarah tries to leave, but finds that all exits are locked from the outside. In the hidden room, she finds notes from previous guests, hinting at a way to escape. She follows these clues, navigating through the secret passages and avoiding Mr. Thompson, who seems to be lurking in the shadows. Sarah manages to unlock a hidden exit and escapes into the forest. She reaches the nearest town and contacts the police. When they investigate, the cottage is empty, with no sign of Mr. Thompson. The authorities find evidence of his stalking and the belongings of many guests, but Mr. Thompson remains a mystery. Sarah returns home, safe but forever changed by her eerie experience. Old Lake House, nestled in a secluded area surrounded by dense woods. The house, with its rustic charm, sits quietly on the edge of a serene lake. The lake itself is a beautiful expanse of water, mirroring the sky and the surrounding trees. It's a picturesque scene, seemingly perfect for a peaceful getaway. The lake house is a two-story building, made of weathered wood with a stone foundation, giving it a timeless, almost fairy tale appearance. The house has a spacious porch that overlooks the lake, offering a stunning view of the water and the forest. It's the kind of place that feels disconnected from the outside world, a hidden gem away from the noise and rush of everyday life. Emily, a young woman with a love for adventure and mystery, organizes a reunion with her close friends. Wanting to make it special and memorable, She decides to rent an old lake house she found online, located in a secluded area surrounded by dense woods. The idea of spending time in such a picturesque and tranquil place excites Emily and her friends, and they look forward to a weekend of relaxation and catching up. Upon their arrival, the group is captivated by the beauty of the lake house. Its rustic charm and the serene lake create a perfect setting for their reunion. The house, with its cozy interior and inviting fireplace, feels like a step back in time, offering a peaceful escape from their busy lives. As they explore the house, they find it well equipped and comfortable, with enough space for everyone. However, Emily and her friends quickly notice certain oddities about the house. There's an old locked room on the ground floor that they can't access, and the attic seems to be off limits as well, adding a hint of mystery to their stay. In one of the common rooms, they find an old diary. The diary contains entries that hint at the history of the house and its previous occupants. Intrigued, Emily and her friends begin to read the diary, unaware that it will lead them into a series of unexplained and eerie events. As the night falls, the once welcoming lake house starts to reveal its hidden secrets. Strange noises can be heard, and there's a feeling of being watched. The group notices strange occurrences that they can't easily explain. Objects seem to move on their own. Doors creak open and close without any apparent cause. And at night, eerie sounds echo through the house, disrupting their sleep. These incidents are particularly noticeable near the locked room and the attic, heightening their curiosity about what secrets these areas might hold. Emily, intrigued by the diary they found, continues to read it. The entries become more disturbing, detailing rituals and sightings of a mysterious figure near the lake. The diary mentions a spirit that is said to haunt the lake and the surrounding woods, a revelation that both fascinates and frightens them. One night, the unexplained phenomena escalated. The sounds become louder, and the ghostly figure appears more frequently, clearly visible from the house. The group is now convinced that the spirit from the diary is real and that it has some unfinished business connected to the lake house. Emily and her friends help the spirit find peace. The atmosphere in and around the lake house noticeably changes. The oppressive and eerie feeling that once hung in the air is replaced by a sense of calm and serenity. The strange occurrences that had been happening cease, bringing a newfound tranquility to the house. With the spirit now at rest, the group feels a sense of closure. They spend the remaining time at the lake house enjoying the peace and beauty of the surroundings, a stark contrast to the initial days of their stay. The lake, once a source of mystery and fear, now appears serene and inviting. As their time at the lake house comes to an end, Emily and her friends prepare to leave. They pack their belongings, taking care not to disturb the tranquility that now envelopes the house. Before leaving, they take a moment to acknowledge the journey they've been through, from curiosity and fear to understanding and resolution. The story concludes with the group leaving the lake house, carrying with them not just the memories of a reunion, but also the story of a spirit they helped to find peace. The experience leaves them with a deeper understanding of the unseen and a profound respect for the mysteries that the world holds. The lake house, now free from its haunting past, stands serene by the lake, ready to welcome its next visitors, with its story of the past occupants and the visiting friends who unraveled its mystery now etched into its walls.